The Good Shepherd mission was launched in 1889 to serve the Chinese people in Vancouver. The mission grew to become the first parish in Canada for Chinese Anglicans.
Yeah, so we need a church building to continue our growth, and we tried over 12 projects, and we finally found this building, and we love it, but we want to buy it, but at that time we couldn't because we already walked out the diocese since 2002. So we cannot purchase this building even with the deposit without the bishop's signature. Then the people of Good Shepherd joined the Anglican network in Canada in April 2008. And at that time, we were paying a lot of rent for this building. I've been here for 4 years, and we can't just sustain the rent anymore. And we had to decide whether or not to purchase the building or to move out.
Good Shepherd has always been my church. I've always called it home. When the price tag of $3.4 million came upon, we know it was a difficult task. I know other people has much less than me and was still willing to make the decision. So for me, who doesn't have a lot, have still a lot of plans at that time, it was a difficult but willing decision that I made. And after that, God has been really gracious to me.
At the same time, litigation was going on between the ACNW parishes and the Old Diocese of New Westminster. From a legal perspective, we would lose everything. And it turned out that all the parishes lost all their churches, but miraculously, the Church of Good Shepherd was entrusted by a court order for a bequest that was left to us 20 years ago by one of our parishioners. Through this, we see again that God is a God of history, a God of faithfulness, and a God that never fails us.
Jesus said, "For whoever wants to save his life will lose it. But whoever loses his life for me and for the gospel will save it." The first lesson we learned is to let go. In the year of 2002, my people voted unanimously to let go all the church assets. The second lesson this time we have to learn is to sacrifice for Christ. In the year of 2008, we asked all our people to give 3.4 million out of their pocket. As a result, in return, quite unexpectedly, God blesses us by giving us unity, a church building, and resources for missions work and church planting from the pledges we made.
We are very sure that God's heart is not on buildings or materials, but on His people and missions. Evangelistic ministries outreaching to specific people groups, including divorced single ladies, restaurant workers, and chefs, are active and thriving. Since 2010, Good Shepherd Vancouver has become the flagship of the Asian and Multicultural Ministries in ANIC. We planted 2 Chinese congregations, another project information in Boston. The Church of All Nations, Japanese, holds worship services in our building, and we also give support as regional church to the South Asian congregation of Good Shepherd in Calgary. What we receive from God, we cheerfully share and give, be it our time, our talents, our wealth. We support projects of ARDF US and Canada. We visit and serve people in needy parts of Asia.
When Moses led his people out of Egypt and came to the Red Sea with the Egyptian army chasing behind, God said, "I will gain glory for myself and let the Egyptians know that I am the Lord." Indeed, God has again shown His glory in Good Shepherd. When Joshua led the people into the promised land, God told Joshua to be bold because he would bring his people on a road they had never been before. Today, God also sent us out to do His work. So, go forth in the name of Christ.
Thanks be to God.